Hi, it's Alana from Baker Art. So tonight I'm trying something different. I'm going to do a silhouette of a lady's face and her hair will be swipe. Okay, so I've gotten this idea from a lady who does some really brilliant stuff, AB Creative. So if you haven't already seen her, look her up. There's a little bit involved in this one, so I'll have to do it in sections. So I've done the first section so far, which is just painting gold. So I did a couple of coats of gold there and they have dried. What the next step will be is I have cut out, this is just contact paper. I've cut out the bits that I want to stay gold and I will stick this on to keep the gold covered when I pour the rest of it. All right, so I'm going to stick that on because it's a little bit fiddly and I will come back to you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so this is how I've done it. So I traced a silhouette of a woman and then transferred that onto this black contact paper and then cut that out. All right, so this is where, so I went further on the border with the gold. So you've got some overlay. So this is all going to be covered and then have the line of the gold going that way. What I'm thinking of doing is I'm just going to get my straight black paint and just to create an extra bit of protection here, because I'm not sure how well this will hold up with the paint getting under. I'm going to try this and just get some black paint because this section is going to be black, and I'm going to paint over the edges and try and create a little seal and then let that dry before I pour. All right, so this is what I'm talking about doing. So just doing this and hoping that that paint will dry over the top there and give it an extra seal before all the loads of paint sort of go on there. All right, so I will just speed this up for you. Okay, I'm just back. It's not dry yet, but what I've decided to do, because I want all of this area to be black, I'm going to paint that now, because it's a darker color. So when I do pour, I don't want the gold showing through. Okay, so we're mostly dry here now, so I'm going to start. The colours I'm going to use are red, orange, yellow. I'm going to pop a little bit of green in there. The one that I saw AB Creative do, she did like a tree, and so the hair was the leaves and trees, and then the neck was like the trunk of the tree. Although I'm not doing the tree version of it, I'm still going to put just a touch of green. I'm also going to just put a touch of copper in this. So I'm going to swipe with black and yeah. All right, so I'm just going to lay down the colours and see how we go. All right, so I've got some red. I will list the colours in the description. All right, I think I'm ready to swipe. Okay, so what I'm using for the swipe is black. So it's black with Australian Floetrol. And I've just mixed it up. So it's probably got a bit of air bubbles in there. what I might do is just blow out any air bubbles in here first. Don't want to get too close to that contact. Okay, what did I see? There's a little, is that a blob? Not sure if that's thick paint or a little, I'll take it out just in case. Okay. Oh gosh. This isn't, you know, something I normally do, so I'm a little bit apprehensive. Now I'm thinking if I pour all the black here, and then I can just pull what I want over, because I do want this to be black. Let's just try it. If I pour it around here and let it cover all of that. And I'll get my palette knife and just move it around. I can already see that when it's gone over that little bit of colour there, some really nice cells. I was going to put a bit of copper in this white colour, but I might just put it in the hair instead, and we'll just stick with the black for swiping. All right, now I'm going to try and do it with my palette knife. So let's go. So I think I want a bit extra here. All right, ready? I'm not, but oh, that's turned out nice. So far, so good. Okay, so my camera ran out of storage. I've just deleted everything off, and so I'm not sure where we got up to with the filming, but I think we're pretty much finished. So this is what I've ended up with. I'm not sure where, oh, I can just see the outline of her face in there. I'm not sure if I've not come down far enough, like, you know, she's gonna have a big forehead. I don't know, we shall see. So I've got some really nice cells in there. So that's from the Australian Floetrol in the black swipe colour. All right, the thing I hate about this is I'm not going to know until it dries. So I will see you then. Okay, so I'm back. It's been a couple of days and we are just about dry. I think if you can see in that shiny bit just in the middle there, so I'll just be careful not to touch that, but everything else around here is all dry. Now I'm a little bit nervous about this stage because I'm not sure how well it's going to have kept the line of the silhouette. So I did have a little bit of a peak because I had to add that little bit in extra, and when I took that off I do have a nice line there, so fingers crossed all of this will all be the same. All right, so let's just go. Hoping it's not going to pull the gold off either, which it's not. Yeah, there's a spot there that's gone under. I think as long as the face isn't too bad, I can probably work out how to touch up Okay, this is the part that I'm nervous about, her nose and everything bleeding out. Pardon the pun. Oh, there we go, look at that, lovely. Now I do know that down here there is a bit of bleeding because I poured over that a little bit. Now I did put a bit along the bottom here, but as you can see, because the paint went down into it, it has pulled a little bit down there. All right, and here we go, this one. Okay, so look, we're not too bad. I'll turn it around for you. We are not too bad. All right, so there's a little bit of bleeding along the top there, but her silhouette came out nice. Her nose is a little bit pointy, which I already knew because when I was trying to cut the silhouette here, I couldn't get a round nose, and I thought I'll end up just wrecking it. So it was a little bit more pointy. So I will just get a little bit of black and try and touch that up and just make it a little bit rounder. But I think all in all, for a first effort, I will try and tidy up this little bit down the bottom there, tidy up that little edge along there. Not too bad. Maybe try something a little bit different next time to get a really crisp line across there, but I don't think I'll touch this yet until all of this is dry. But yeah, pretty happy with it. So the only thing I would have done differently is, see how I've done this is a very straight line. I really should have done a wavy line, and I'll have a think about whether or not there's something I can do to fix that. Same with down here, I really should have done it a bit wavier, but for a first time, you live and learn from your mistakes. Next time might be better. All right, so if you've stuck around this far, hit the subscribe, like button, maybe leave a comment for any suggestions for another try, and thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, just a quick update because I ended up fixing as good as I could. So what I ended up doing was, I didn't like the straight line across there, so I ended up painting that. You can see the line only on certain angles, you know, when it's hung up, you can't see it. Again, down here I added in the waves. I ended up having to come a little bit out this way, and what I did to fix the bottom was I ended up doing a drip over, which I quite like now, which matches the other side drip over, and I dripped over the black there. And there was just some really slight bleeding, so I just went around and cleaned up the edges. So all in all, very happy with how that turned out. All right, see you next time.